really casual play of this. It has been a little over a year since the last time I played Skyrim, and it's been even longer since I played it without mods that provide things like the ultimate play mod, which basically just gives you all the skill trees right there up front, without skipping the opening cutscene, making shouts unlimited, etc. The only mods that I'm using on here are cosmetic ones. Overhauls of the towns that I thought looked nice, things like Bridges of Skyrim. I'm also using the haste mod, which, if I'm not mistaken, makes just some small changes to gameplay to make them more realistic, like cows no longer report crimes to the guards, and being positively identified has a range of 1,000 feet instead of 4,000, because somebody who can accurately recognize you at 4,000 feet away just doesn't happen. So I think that was a good mod to keep. So all those basic ones, but mostly I'm playing this pretty vanilla. So it's just things that make stuff look nicer or a bit more realistic, and that's it. That's what I'm gonna go with. I tend to do an archer and dagger focused character with a lot of sneak. What I'm not going to do, for the sake of anyone who happens to wander into this stream, is stay in that one opening area in Helgen and whack away at whatever companion I decide to follow until my sneak is at 100, because that's how I used to play this game. I might do it to boost my skills a little bit to start off, but it takes over an hour to get to 100. So we're not going to do that today. Hello and welcome, whoever's just wandered in. I do like some of the updates they've made to the game, but gosh, some of the color correction they've done just makes everybody look extra ugly. He doesn't even look like he has a nose.
Hey, you. Finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right? You walked right into that Imperial ambush, same as us. And that thief over there.
Damn you Stormcloaks. Skyrim was fine until you came along. Empire was nice and lazy. If they hadn't been looking for you, we could have stolen that horse and been halfway to Hammerfell. You there, you and me, we shouldn't be here. It's these Stormcloaks the Empire wants.
We're all brothers and sisters in binds now, thief.
Shut up back there.
What's wrong with him, huh?
Watch your tongue. You're speaking to Ulfric Stormcloak, the true High King.
Well, no, he was speaking about him,
Jarl
but...
Windhelm? You're the leader of the rebellion. What if they captured you? Oh, gods. Where are they taking us?
I don't know where we're going, but Sovngarde awaits.
No, this can't be happening. This isn't happening.
Doing a quick check on the settings. Okay, I've already got music down a little bit. We're good, we're good.
Hey, what village are you from, horse thief?
Why do you care?
A Nord's last thoughts. Should leave home.
Rorikstead. I'm from Rorikstead.
General Tullius, sir. The headsman is waiting.
Good. Let's get this over with.
Sure. Mara, Dibella, Kinnereth, Akatosh, the Vines. Please help me.
Look at him. General Tullius, the military governor. And it looks like the Dalmor are with him. Damn elves. I bet they had something to do with this. This is Helgen. I used to be sweet on a girl from here. Wonder if Vilod is still making that mead with juniper berries. Funny. When I was a boy, imperial walls and towers used to make me feel so safe.
Why are we stopping?
Why do you think? End of the line. Let's go. Shouldn't keep the gods waiting for us.
No, wait! We're not rebels!
Face your death with some courage, thief.
He shouldn't have to be punished for the dumb shit you guys did.
Step towards the block when we call your name. One at a time.
Empire loves their damn lists.
Ulfric Stormcloak, Jarl of Windhelm.
It has been an honor, Jarl Ulfric.
Ralof of Riverwood. Lokir of Rorikstead.
No, I'm not a rebel! You can't do this!
Halt!
You're not gonna kill me!
Archers! Anyone else feel like running?
Wait. You there. Step forward. Who are you?
I tend to like doing dark elves, and thank you, Horse. You're making this perfect. I tend to prefer doing dark elves in these playthroughs because you get a lot of color commentary from everybody about you being there. Also, when you do the Dragonborn DLC later, it just burns Mirak's ass that much more that you're that you're a Dunmer. I like those ones. I like those. Yeah, like I said, I have a lot of cosmetic stuff on here, which means there's a lot of weird colors now. Okay. Pretty simple, but good enough.
Another refugee?
Marie.
Gods really have abandoned your people, Dark Elf.
This
Captain,
horse is just
what should
really
we do?
involved in the
She's not on the
process.
list.
This doesn't always happen.
Forget the list. She goes to the block.
By your orders, Captain.
Oh, yeah, they really care about
I'm
their damn
sorry.
lists, don't they?
We'll make sure your names are returned to Morrowind. Follow the captain, prisoner.
Through the horse? Get away from me, horse. Oh my god.
Ulfric Stormcloak. Some here in Helgen call you a hero, but a hero doesn't use a power like the voice to murder his king and usurp his throne. You started this war, plunged Skyrim into chaos, and now the Empire is going to put you down and restore the peace.
What was that?
It's nothing. Carry on.
I mean,
Yes, General Tullius.
y'all live in an area that
Give them
has
their last
bears,
As we
saber
commend
cats.
your
There's
souls
plenty
to
of things that could
Aetherius.
be.
Blessings of the eight divines upon
For
you.
the love of Talos, shut up and let's get this over with.
As you wish.
Come on! I haven't got all morning.
My ancestors are smiling at me, Imperials. Can you say the same?
You Imperial bastards!
Justice!
Death to the Stormcloaks!
As fearless in death as he was in life.
Next, the Dark Elf!
You're listening. Did you hear that?
I said, next, prisoner!
To the block, prisoner.
I think one of the mods I have on here, it changed up some of the basic sounds. I think that's why the dragon sounds like that.
What in oblivion is that?
Sentry, what do you see?
It's in the ground!
Dragon!
I don't remember if that's ever, like, adequately explained, like, why it decided to show up there, because every time you randomly see that dragon somewhere, it's,
don't burn down villages.
it's to wake up another dragon.
You need to get over here! Now! Nada, boy. You're doing great. Toro! Everyone get back! Still alive, prisoner? Keep close to me if you want to. Stay close to the wall! Roll, damn you! Roll! Quickly!
Somebody help!
It's you and me, prisoner! Stay close! Traitor! Damn traitor! Out of my way!
We're escaping headlong. You're not stopping us this time.
Fine! I hope that dragon takes you all to Sovngarde!
You, come on! Into the We'll meet again in Sovngarde, brother. Looks like we're the only ones who made it. That thing was a dragon, no doubt. Just like the children's stories and the legends. The harbingers of the end times.
I have to look at you at a different angle
We
because your
better
face
get
bothers
moving.
me in this light.
Come here. Let me see if I can get those bindings off. There you go. You may as well take Gunnar's gear. He won't be needing it anymore. All right. Get that armor on, and give that axe a few swings. I'm going to see if I can find some way out of here. Ah, this one. Oh.
There's what I was looking for.
Let's see about that gate. Damn. No way to open this from our side.
Come on,
The
soldier!
Imperials!
Keep moving!
Take cover!
Get this gate open.
Won't take us alive! Hey!
The key, if you want to do what I'm fixing to do to level up a little bit, is that you absolutely have to get the key before he does. Because he'll just leave with it.
Lock that door and let's get out!
Really quick, going into weapons.
Here.
Quick save. And the way to do this, especially if you want to get your sneak up really quick, is that you basically just sneak attack him. He can't die.
Find the key. See if it unlocks that door.
And this is the best place to do it because he can't move. And I tend to wait until I decide to stop allocating points before
What are you doing?
I level up.
See if you can unlock that door.
I'm on your
Because
side!
the more you level, the more damage you do and the more likely you're going to have to leave him alone for a bit to let him
Lock
recover.
that door and let's get out of here! What are you doing? I'm on your side!
See if you can unlock that door.
I think getting up at least to 50 is enough for now, so we won't be here all day.
Watch it!
Did you find the key? See if it unlocks that door.
What are you doing?
I may have the fast level mod
See if
turned
you
on.
can
I don't
unlock that door.
remember. I shouldn't. I went through the list and deactivated all the ones I didn't think I'd want to use, but
What are you doing?
could be wrong.
Watch it! Unlock that door and let's get out of here. I'm on your side!
You sure do have an awful lot of blood for somebody who's not going to die.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
See if you can unlock that door.
Watch it! I'm on your side! Unlock that door and let's get out of here. What are you doing?
See See if you can unlock that door.
I also don't think I'm really showing anybody something that they haven't seen before. Now, if you're wondering whether or not you can level things like magic the same way. As you can see, there's less of it. One, I think it's because you get experience for each, like,
door. Let's get out of
trigger you use, I guess is the best way to put it.
Careful! See if you can unlock that door.
Now let's see if I can level healing. That doesn't appear to be helping him at all. Oh well, we tried.
I'm on your side! Unlock that door and let's get out of here. Watch it!
Yeah, see, that doesn't seem to do much. However, as you saw before, this did slowly level one-handed. Now, I tend to level stamina above everything else first. So, I'm gonna jump that to level. I'm gonna jump it up 50 points before I give the other ones anything. Not worried about that yet. Now, if you actually push up to 100 with this, you will have enough skill points to distribute in other places.
Did you find the key? See if it unlocks that door.
See, that does that much more damage.
Hey, careful!
See if you get him down past 0, this is what happens. He'll get back up in a minute. I have done playthroughs once where I've knocked him down too many times and he basically just limped through the entire dungeon. Now, other things you might want to look into as you're doing that, like Dual Flurry I eventually want to get, for instance. But right now, since... Okay. See, he still drops because... So we're gonna let that go for now.
That's it. Come on. Let's get out of here before the dragon brings the whole tower down on our heads. See if you can find potions. We'll need them.
Hello and welcome.
Done? Let's get moving. It's your best. Carl Ulfric with you?
No. I haven't seen him since the dragon showed up.
Nothing in here I really want.
Looks like there's something in this cage. Ah. It's locked. See if you can get it open with the picks. We might need that gold once we get out. Grab anything useful and let's go.
I already have that spell, but it might be good to sell. Is always my figuring. God, it's been so long since I played this.
Orders are to wait until General Tullius arrives.
I'm not waiting to be killed by a dragon. We need to fall back.
Just give the General some time.
It's definitely hit the wrong button there. I'll take those. Boy, I wish there was an easier way to detect bodies. Wow, like none of your friends are making it, Rayla. Okay. I actually usually tend to get rid of them pretty early on. Switch into the boo.
Let's see where this goes.
I do not actually remember where everything is, but you could probably see that I have specific go-to areas. And everybody who's played this game a lot pretty much remembers where all this stuff is hidden on this level.
I hate those damn things. Too many eyes, you know?
I got the garnet from the one. I don't think any of them are going to drop anything too special. It's nice when they drop ammo, though. Now you might notice that I'm not picking up a lot of stuff, and that's because I'm not going to hit my first village for a while. So I want to keep things light, especially since they just don't give you a lot of money starting off for a lot of these things.
Hold up! There's a bear just ahead. See her? I'd rather not tangle with her right now. Let's try to sneak by. Just take it nice and slow. And
Watch where you step.
Or if you're feeling lucky, you can take this bow.
You might also notice that the arrows appear to be invisible, and that's because I have the invisible quiver thing on. Sometimes I play in third person, and I hate the way it looks. Purely cosmetic.
Like the way out. Knew we'd make it.
Wait!
Might notice every now and again when they're in cold places that frost will develop. It's because another one of the mods that I'm using
Looks like he's gone for good this time.
gives you like different weather effects.
No way to know if anyone else made it out alive. But this place is going to be swarming with Imperials soon enough. We better clear out of here. My sister, Gerda, runs the mill in Riverwood, just up the road. I'm sure she'd help you out. It's probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today.
I don't tend to do a lot of the potions and ingredients and stuff, but I always toy with the notion that I'm going to. I'll try to plink a couple deer to get some extra sneaking points. There's usually a few over here. There's one way over there, I think. Well, I was right, but I missed him. There's usually one over here, but I'm not seeing it. Well, they're not always in set places, I know that, so I used the Skyrim is windy thing so that the trees would move around a bit more. He's still going. Gonna save real quick. Okay, it's already been triggered. Oh. That's new. They don't usually pop up around here. But I'm not going to complain. Now I know opening that chest will cause those dudes to show up. Since my sneak is not up as high as I want it to be, they will actually see me if I do that. Let's go and up our archery. Okay. I appreciate that failing helps you learn.
friend.
Okay, fully detected. That's fine.
Is it?
Another thing that the haste mod removed is they don't like just randomly sidestep. Which, you know what, fair. So are all of you wearing crappy fur armor today? Looks like it. Oh well. Seem to have recovered okay from that. B. Well, this has been magical. And I'm going back over this way to hit that Shrine of Talos. That is over somewhere. Because there are more bandits and a bear if I haven't leveled too far. Maybe I'll find a pickaxe. And I always come at it from this angle. And what I mean about if I haven't leveled too far, if any of you are used to leveling really, really high before you leave Helgen, then you know that some of the common creatures that appear in this area will become stronger ones. So, occasionally, spiders will become bears or ogres, and wow, that's almost unreadable. Fun. Where are you at? See, that's a wolf now. I guess those are typically wolves instead of bears. Good to know. But that also means every now and again, if there's a bear up here, it means they'll wander up to this bandit camp and just take all of them out for me. Before I even get there. I don't think I'm going to be that lucky today. Okay. You just wander over there then, dude. Hidden. Quite hidden. Look at how hidden I am. Damn it. Got the one archer and he's always a bitch to see because he's hiding in the trees. Until he comes out, I'm just gonna loot your friends. What you gonna do about that, dude? Is it better than what I had? No. There you are. Got him. It's always this one that's got a treasure map. think... Let's see. Yes, okay. One of the other things that I like that somebody added on, and I think that it's a useful mod, is that doing things like tanning leather actually gives you, like, smithing experience, because it's part of your job. I didn't mean to take any of those. I was obviously aiming at this bag. There it is. Okay. Let's see. Oh, look. My Ura. You'd think they'd leave the chopping axe. One of them should have one. It's never in their inventory. But you see them chopping wood. We'll go ahead and do more overdraw, just because we are using the bow predominantly. And then I'm gonna come back over this way. See, I spend a lot of time before I go to Riverwoods, so... I think we're actually gonna hit Falkreath first. Every now and again, and we'll see if it happens, but what always kills me is when they give you that cutscene like that, and then you miss. It's like, yes, thank you, I needed you to show me just how hard I failed. It could have been great. Okay. That means up at the top of this, there will either be a spider, a wolf, or a bear. Let's see which one. I don't hear bear noises. So that's potentially encouraging. However, these things move, and while they're usually up there, that is not always the case. It's definitely not up there. Which means it could have been led off by something else. Something more interesting. It could be hiding on the other side of this house, waiting to kick my ass. It is not. Well, a mystery. Not as good. Let's see. Pickpocketing is a thing I don't do enough of, really. I was just complaining about a woodcutter's axe. Of course I'm going to take it. Okay, this next book, this is usually the way that I circle around to Falkreath. Where is my usual perch? I think it's down here. There it is. Because even when I plink one of these guys, they're not going to get down to me. I just have to be sure I know where these guys are. I should bring a couple right there. We go. Damn it. Got him. So he thinks he sees me. They think they're gonna find me, and it's gonna be hilarious. Because they can't see down that far.
Nothing here after all.
Nobody here but us chickens. Which means it's also going to take a bit for them to get down here. I should come check it out. Come on. Nice. That's the armor I was actually waiting for. Slaughterfish eggs, though I'm quite sure that there are no slaughterfish in this part of the game. Because I stopped them from hatching. Now, I can either go that way where there's a Spriggan, or I can go down here and take care of these archers and potentially either a spider or a bear. I don't remember which one. I think that's another thing, depends on your level. Just as soon as I figure out where those are, I think it's Nya. Yes. And if they are distracted by whatever is down there, they won't see me trying to bump them off. It's also getting darker, and that will help. Really? I'm right, chair. Which means I'm gonna have to trigger that trap in order to get down and get his stuff. He looked like he had an armor piece that I wanted. Oh, but she has it too, so that's... Oh, steel arrows. Nice. Had a better bow than mine? No. Is that a better bow than mine? I don't know. We'll have to check. Yes, much better. I'll go ahead and put that on the list. Also that too. Spider. Crap. Yeah, that was my fault. Boy, I can't wait until I can start zooming in on things, because this isn't annoying. There we go. First try! Now, a couple of things you can do if you want to have a lot of extra treasure and loot, especially if you want to be able to afford that first Hearthfire house right away. You can go ahead and waste as many block picks as you need to get into this cabin up here. If your sneak is decent, you can get through it. I'm gonna go ahead and come up here just so it pops up on my map. For fast traveling purposes. The first time I played this game, I played for a full 18 hours before I realized fast travel was even a thing. I walked literally everywhere. Bleak! That just made the entire wagon bounce for some reason, but you know what, okay. Weird flex, but okay. There's a burrow up here, and there will either be a rat right up here along the intersection or a wolf. My presence apparently confounds them. As soon as the eye opens, it'll give me a better idea where they are, though, because I can't see shit. Yeah, see? Where are you at? There you are. Okay, I didn't level up again. I thought maybe I had. Oh, one thing that the sound is improved on. I don't usually hear a sound effect when this one bursts out. Oh. Are you not up there? There's usually one up there. There he is. Oh, somebody already got him. You have anything fun, skeleton? Not really. You can come in here. That'll get you some extra experience and stuff. And since it's nighttime, I think I'll go ahead and do that. Double checking. How's my inventory look right now? I've still got a ways. I can carry a lot more stuff. It's dangerous to go alone. You do better than That? Yes. Beautiful. I like the way they move around when they sneak. They kind of just look like they're boogieing away from danger. Arrow to the knee. See, they say it's worth that much, but you're not going to get anywhere near that much. What does that do? Oh. He was already crispy when I found him, so no harm, no foul. Gets me is there's a lot of those guys and none of them hear that. You know what, just collect those just in case, because sometimes you run out of ammo. See, that one noticed. He's got his buddies back. Doesn't help any, but they clearly understand the sound of a clatter. Do not know if adventurer or was already skeleton. Did somebody have a successful adventure, or were these a lot of failures? Well, I guess if he defeated them, or if somebody had defeated them, they would have fallen apart like this one did. So, failed adventurers. Calling it. Oh, this entire thing. Let's see. You warned your buddies. You did a good job, sir. You did it. Level up. So more we can do with you yet? No. I'm waiting for Eagle Eye though, because I need to zoom in. Let's say of the stuff that I'm using, I think upping my lockpicking score, or my lockpicking, is probably gonna help. Okay, that is all part of the same skeleton. That's what I was checking for. Any traps on that? Let's see, okay. Well, there's the sweet spot. Okay. Really? Not much else in here. And what? Okay. And remember, everybody, in Skyrim, it's a feature, not a bug. Okay, I think if I want to open that, I have to go back in there, is what that is. Don't mind if I do. I'm not gonna wear it. But I am gonna sell it. Yes, got it. Quick save. And this gets the collection of boots. Of all shapes and sizes. I take the fan boots because, yeah. I really want to know why. I know this is a vampire lair, but I don't know many bits of lore that are focused on collecting shoes. I feel like that could be fascinating. And, like, that might be fun to explore, like, when the creators were doing this, like, yes, this is a family of vampires, and one of them just really likes to collect boots. They are his favorite thing. They were in life, and so too are they in undeath. It's my torturing hole. What does this do? We'll find out. They're already dead, so I'm not doing anything to hurt anyone. Not really. Did it not? Oh, I pushed the wrong button. Yeah, that'd do it. You know, I'd love to see like a high fantasy based on video games sort of thing. Maybe like the Gamer series, where your intrepid heroes wander into a place like this and ask the important questions, like who lit all of these braziers? Who must it have been? Because all of these cobwebs are new. Apparently nobody's been here in a while. How do they keep going? Who lit these candles? Ah, the skeevers. Oh, it's the torturing room, and since nobody is up there to push the button... Oh, steel war axe. Very nice. We'll go ahead and go trade that out. Ah, yes. Bloody rib cages are very important in ritual work. Nice. There's somebody in here. There's usually somebody in here. Things that I'm happy for when you're exploring places like this, despite the fact that the door I just unlocked was closed. If there's somebody patrolling, they will not freak out when they notice it's open. Quick saving. Oh. I am missing something. There is an area where the vampire lord lives, or whatever the hell it is, that I've apparently not yet discovered. I think it's because of a turn I took way back at the beginning. So we're gonna go back up in search of that, so that this place is cleared. And I'm not gonna step on any pressure plates. I say this, but I will at some point be on fire. Now I could go back outside and just fast travel back to the entrance, but I actually want to see how long I can go before I fast travel. I'll go ahead and tell you now, it'll probably be around when I do the Jarl of Falkreath's quest, because I don't feel like walking back. See? Told ya I did it. Set the damn thing off. It didn't hit me. This is not where I intended to be. Oh, that's still going, huh? And he's done. Stick a fork in him. Here we are. Quick save. You know, people move much faster when they're sneaky in this game versus other ones, and I really appreciate that. Lets you be more of an action rogue. Ah. See? On fire. I knew I could do it. Yo! It's fine. We're fine. There are people in here. There should be. I'm a little confused. Maybe it's because I'm lower level? Maybe? Plan for vampires, and I got nothing but loot. I even came in here at night, so you'd all be awake. That doesn't actually affect anything. Okay, I am now officially overburdened. Let's dump some useless stuff. Oh yes, that's what's weighing me down, everybody. There we go. I'm now at exactly capacity. Let's go sell some shit. Oh, now wait a minute. Apparently I need to get at least one under. You ever stuff things in chests like that and think, man, an adventure is going to happen along here after me, and they're going to be so pissed when they open that chest. Oh. Nice. Hope that was it. Guess we'll see. Oh. Damn my greed. What else can we get rid of? Let's see. Stuff that I'm not trying to sell because it's not going to get me much. Well, we'll start with I don't know what this means yet. Okay. Now we're at the Overlook, which puts me where on the map right now? Not too far from where I left off, so you know, I said it, I'm feeling lazy, let's just go ahead and fast travel here. As soon as I figure out how to do that. Yes. It's been a while. Okay, and it is still super duper nighttime out, so love the way this sky looks in this game. Hello and welcome. Nice. Guess I can go to the inn. It took me a few years of very badly playing to realize that going without sleep actually makes you perform worse in the game. I think this is one of the places that I downloaded a redesign for, yeah.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Ah, a letter from the Jarl. Moving up in the world, eh? Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Or I owe somebody money, but, you know, I'll take your optimism, sir. Go talk to him. Beat up some bandits or something so I can get myself a house. But he's in bed right now, so... There's the inn.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. I think I got a clean mug around here somewhere. Welcome to Dead Man's Drink. Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Well, I'm glad I had that much gold.
I'll show you to your room. Right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Well, could you please hover over me while I sleep? It just helps so much.
At some point, we should hire Tekla on here.
Excellent.
If she could just spend less time serving Dengue.
I wish I could afford to pay you both, Mari. I really do.
And before I speak to the Jarl, let's go and sell some shit.
You there. The Dawn Guard is looking for anyone willing to fight against the growing vampire menace. What do you say?
Not
That's
interested, because I don't want to do that
says.
right now.
Right up until they find their throat being ripped out by a pack of hungry vampires. If you change your mind and decide to join the fight before it's too late, talk to Isran at Fort Dawn Guard, southeast of Riften.
I usually duck him for as long as possible. But sleeping over at the inn makes you vulnerable to things like that.
You like.
Well met. Unlike my brother, I've no
What's
dislike
wrong
of
with your
strangers.
face?
Met lots- Take a look.
Let's see, I can get rid of that. I'm not near any enchantment tables right now, so I'm not worried about that. Guess I gotta buy more from him. Well, first things first, potion of cure disease. Need to always have at least one of those just in case.
Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
I am never going to use that. And looks good so far.
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
I'm gonna actually look and see what him got. Because you might have some studded things. Not any of the accessories, sadly. I will take your arrows, though. Let those add up over time. Why did I do that?
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
Everybody likes venison. Don't really use poisons that much, so... And that's good enough for now.
Steal anything from my shop and you'll regret it.
Okay. Not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. Can't do one with lockpicking yet, so boost up my light armor. I really like the redesigns this person did for a lot of these places. I will make a point to write down the usernames of some of these specific mods so I can, like, actually give them proper credit while I play. And then if you play on the PlayStation 4, you can also try these out. Let's go talk to that Jarl.
Yes? What is it that you want? Ah, it's you. Yes, well, now we'll see if the stories about you are true. There's a group of bandits in my hold that I may have had a few discreet dealings with. The cut they were giving me was good at first, but now it's time to clean things up. Go and take care of it. Good. Execute every last bandit. Spare no one.
Which one did... Okay. Sometimes it's the mine that's really close to Riverwood, but no such luck today, apparently. Go ahead and quick save. Also, the PlayStation 4 is kind of finicky when you have mods of any type going on games like this, so if the broadcast just suddenly ends with no word, it's because the game crashed. We haven't had that problem yet, and I'm feeling optimistic. Oh, how mysterious and interesting. I am sure nothing will come of that. Well, something just saw me. Oh, that's why that came up. I'm really close to that grove. Damn. Damn. Okay. Oh, potion of strength, also important. Especially since one of the mods that I deactivated is the one that makes things like dragon bones weigh nothing. Oh, Daedra Heart. Fabulous. I can use that later. Oh, I must be getting close. The TP's already showing up. That's a fire. But is it a fire for friendly people? Oh, it's something from another dragon attack. That's pretty cool. Poor horses. So I see... Okay. I was gonna say, where are the passengers? Ah, I'm on fire. Where are you at? Ah, dick. Okay. It's on the other side of that. Now, we can do two possible things. We can either go around and enter by conventional means, or we can Skyrim hop up this mountain. People will say this is faster. People including me, despite our actual knowledge that we are just really, really stubborn. Come on, there we go. Okay. Quick save. Damn it. Studded? No. And those are definitely not the only ones, so... Ah, a lever. What does this do? It does crimes. Thanks for joining us. A honey nut treat. Well, apparently I can't take that. Any more use? Just a very unobservant one. Took you a second. Nothing else studded. Nobody in this camp understands the importance of matchy-matchy. I think that's the first Argonian I've seen in the game so far. Pickaxe. Thanks for being easy to find. And even easier to kill. That'll sell for something decent. And another steel dagger. Good. Yes. Anything fun down here? Oh, he had a special time. How did your ass not have a key? I'm not worried about it, but still. Do fast travel. Can't believe I'm only level 12. I'm usually close to level 25 by the time I leave Helgen. Because of that exploit I used earlier. But you know what? It's not a cheat when you actually have to put in the work and the time to make it happen. That's what I'm gonna tell myself.
Did you see a dog out there?
Nope.
Oh well. The blacksmith is offering a reward for a dog he saw on the road. I was hoping you'd seen it. I guess I'll stay on the lookout. Keep your nose clean while you're here, outsider.
Good to see you. Finally, someone useful is around. Teach them to stop paying me. Here, You deserve a reward for your service. You know what? I like you. You're not afraid to get your hands dirty. I hereby grant you permission to purchase property in Falkreath Hold. Talk to my steward if you're interested. There is room in my court for a new Thane. It's an honorary title mainly, but there are a few perks someone like you could make use of. However, I could only grant the title to someone who is known throughout my hold. You help my people, and I'll make you my Thane. On your way, then.
Okay.
Come and see me again sometime. I might have some use for you.
You are not the steward. You are the steward.
I'm the steward here. I serve under Jarl Siggeir and Jarl Dengeir before him.
Okay. I don't have enough money anyway. Maybe she'll change her mind later. You, blacksmith!
Did you see a hound on the road? Fine. I asked the if you were willing to retrieve him for me. I'd give you some fresh meat to attract him out on the road. Oh, it's a smart man to demand something up front for his work. Some gold now, and some when I have my dog.
I have no intention in doing this quest anytime soon.
Steel's good, but loyalty's better. I'm loyal to Dengeir first, and the Empire second. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Do you have the studded things? No. But I can match up my bracers, so I'm in. I need the money more. Those I'm going to hold on to until I find an enchanting table. Auras. Get my hands on those while they're still in small supply so I can build up a collection. No new archery yet. Better sneaking.
You need arms or armor.
Well, I've got 2 arms. It's a maximum allowable amount, as far as I know. If I help him, I can become a Thane faster, but not really concerned with that right now, so let's see. I guess I can go to Riverwood right now. You know, I guess there is something to be said for the people who look at these later Bethesda games and say that having the quest marker up on there as a compass kind of stops you from pausing to appreciate the beauty and how the game is designed and all of that and what the scenery looks like. Like, that's fair. Especially since it took me until just now to realize where I was, because I was just following the marker. You know what? Let's try this out. Quick save. Let's see if I can get it open, first of all. Okay, not there. Not there. Second try. This will get increasingly more important as I go, and eventually I can run while sneaking, and that's important. Okay, listen, I know there are bandits in here. Don't tell me I'm stealing. All of this stuff is stolen. Pulling this out of the way so I'm not chasing clanging bottles down at the bottom. At this point, I'm not even in it for the treasure. And just get so much extra experience in sneaking while I'm down here. Nice. But there's not only two of them. Well, there might be.
Someone there?
Knew it.
Nothing here after all.
Kind of a hell of a drop. All right. This one usually takes me a bit to do, but it looks like the bandits are leveled a little.
There's someone there.
Nice. seems like a good place to keep a cupboard. Oh, very nice. This person who is barely visible, they look like they're part of the rocks.
Is someone there?
Now, the important thing, if you're going to do this before you're given a quest, and it's the Thieves Guild, I think that sends you down here, is just when you get to the final area where the big treasure is, you just need to remember not to pick up certain things.
I tried to tell him that he wouldn't get past the traps, but he wouldn't listen.
It was a stupid plan, and now Regal is so mad she won't even let us cut him down from there.
Ah, void salts. Salts of the void. If I'm not mistaken, there is a chest back here. Apparently I am. There's that one there, and then there's that one. Okay. Can't you guys see how much I'm learning? Nice. I'm glad that all that screwing around paid off.
Now that's the real no rough stuff. Just take and go. Don't sound like my... The silent road.
Well, I'm really glad that back in the old days they were still using the same type of currency. It's just practical to never change these things. Quick save.
What was that? Must be my imagination.
Yeah, like I totally didn't die. It's fine. It's cool. It's fine. I'm gonna walk it off.
Did you hear something? I guess I was just hearing things.
Really?
Huh?
See, and if he detected me, that would have been my fault, if he'd caught me there. Hello and welcome. I don't really know how to do that. What do you mean by that? Carl12530. Hello and welcome. Okay. I don't think that's something that I can do, actually. Let me double check real quick. Okay, I think I see what you mean. Just a second, let me see if I can actually do that. I'm actually not even seeing that in my options. I'm sorry, but you know, I'm gonna look into that a little bit more, and I'll make a scheduled plan to come back and play a game like this that I can share play with people who come in and watch. Is that okay? Do you know, like, is there a reason I might not be seeing it? Is that only for people who have, like, PS Plus or something?
Is someone there? Hello? Who's there?
Get my arrow back. Entire fork. Then I'm not going to take that. I'm impressed. Usually when I do that, Meridia's beacon pops up. But then I'm also usually higher level. But that's fine, because I usually forget where that is when it happens. And then I won't pick it up because I don't want to have quest items like that on me. Well, there we go. Actually, at about 2 hours, I do not know that much about share play yet, but I'm gonna look into it a little more, and that might be something that if some users are interested, I'll play a game like this later, and we'll see where that takes us. I think I'm gonna go ahead and sign off for now, though. This is 2 hours of Skyrim is plenty for starters. So thanks to everyone that's joined me. Thanks if you're watching on YouTube. Please like and subscribe, and if you ever want to catch me live, just click on the link to come to my Twitch page, and as soon as I am finished with the Tomb Raider title, I will have more specifically scheduled times where you know I will be live. So this has been ImpureTale.